Question 1. Coverage types. Which of the following statements accurately describes the coverage provided under a standard homeowner's insurance policy? A. Dwelling coverage only protects the structure from fire damage. B. Liability coverage is intended to cover the policyholder's own medical expenses in the event of an accident. C. Personal property coverage protects belongings even when they are off premises, subject to certain limitations. D. Loss of use coverage applies only if the home is completely destroyed. Answer: C. Explanation. C is correct because personal property coverage typically extends to belongings even when they are away from the insured premises, though certain limitations may apply, such as lower limits for theft of valuables. It is incorrect as dwelling coverage protects against a variety of risks beyond fire, including theft, vandalism, and certain types of water damage, excluding flood. B is incorrect since liability coverage is designed to cover legal liabilities and medical expenses for others injured on the policyholder's property, not the policyholder's own expenses. D is incorrect because loss of use coverage applies not only when a home is completely destroyed but also when it is uninhabitable due to covered perils such as significant fire damage. Question 2. Claims process. A homeowner discovers significant water damage to their property after a heavy rainstorm. The damage appears to be caused by a leak in the roof which had not been maintained for several years. What is the most appropriate action the homeowner should take regarding their insurance claim? A. Immediately file a claim for the full amount of repairs without notifying the insurer of the roof's condition. B. Make temporary repairs to prevent further damage and file a claim disclosing the roof's maintenance history. C. Delay filing the claim until after a contractor assesses the full extent of the damage. D. File a claim only if the damage exceeds a certain monetary threshold determined by the homeowner. Answer: B. Explanation. B is the correct choice because making temporary repairs to mitigate further damage is a prudent step and aligns with the homeowner's duty to minimize loss. Full disclosure about the roof's condition is essential, as insurers may deny coverage for damage resulting from lack of maintenance or neglect. It is incorrect because failing to disclose the maintenance history could be viewed as misrepresentation, which might lead to denial of the claim. C is inappropriate as delays can complicate the claims process, so the homeowner should report damages promptly. D is incorrect since there is typically no monetary threshold for filing a claim. Homeowners should file as soon as they discover a loss. Question 3. Underwriting principles. Scenario-based. Mr. Thompson is applying for a homeowner's insurance policy for his new home. He has a home office that he uses occasionally for his freelance work. During the underwriting process, the insurer expresses concern about the potential for liability claims arising from his home office activities. Which of the following factors is most likely to influence the insurer's decision regarding Mr. Thompson's application? A. The overall square footage of Mr. Thompson's home office relative to the entire house. B. The nature and frequency of activities conducted in the home office. C. The age of Mr. Thompson's home and its compliance with local building codes. D. The presence of a pet in the household. Answer: B. Explanation. B is the correct answer because the nature and frequency of activities conducted in the home office can significantly affect the risk profile assessed during underwriting. If Mr. Thompson engages in high-risk activities or has frequent client visits, this could raise liability concerns that is less relevant to what square footage may be considered. It does not directly impact liability risk. C is important for underwriting but pertains more to the structural risk rather than liability related to the office use. D might influence underwriting, but it is secondary to the activities performed in the home office when assessing liability risk. Question 4. Policy exclusions and limitations. Which of the following scenarios is most likely to be excluded from coverage under a standard homeowner's insurance policy? A. Damage caused by a falling tree during a storm. B. A flooded basement due to heavy rainfall that exceeds the local drainage capacity. C. Vandalism to a home that has been unoccupied for more than 30 days. D. Fire damage to a home resulting from an electrical malfunction. Answer: B. Explanation. B is correct because standard homeowners insurance policies typically exclude flood damage unless a separate flood insurance policy is purchased. Homeowners should be aware that flooding due to heavy rainfall is not covered. It is incorrect as damage from falling trees during storms is generally covered unless the tree was dead or known to be dangerous prior to the storm. C is incorrect because while vandalism may have limitations, it is generally covered unless the home has been unoccupied for an extended period, often 30 days or more, which may trigger exclusions. D is incorrect because fire damage due to electrical malfunctions is typically covered under homeowners insurance. Question 5. Emerging trends and issues. What emerging trend in home insurance could most significantly affect the underwriting process? A. Increased reliance on traditional risk assessment models. B. The growing use of data analytics and predictive modeling. C. A decrease in home ownership rates across the US. D. Enhanced physical inspections for every policy application. Answer B. Explanation. B is correct. The use of data analytics and predictive modeling allows insurers to assess risk more accurately, leading to more tailored policies and premium pricing. This trend significantly influences underwriting practices. It is incorrect. Traditional models are being supplemented or replaced by advanced analytics rather than relied upon exclusively. C may impact the insurance market but does not directly affect the underwriting process for existing homeowners. D is not typical. That while inspections may occur, not every application requires them, especially with improved data analysis. Question 6. Practical applications. During a recent storm, Ms. Davis's fence was damaged by wind and a nearby tree fell onto her roof. Which of the following actions should Ms. Davis take first regarding her insurance claim? A. Immediately replace the fence and repair the roof without notifying the insurer. B. Take photos of the damage and document the incident before making any repairs. C. Wait for an insurance adjuster to assess the damage before taking any action. D. Contact the contractor to schedule repairs before filing a claim. Answer B. Explanation. B is correct. Ms. Davis should document the damage thoroughly, including taking photographs and notes about the incident. This documentation will support a claim. Is incorrect. Repairs should not be made before notifying the insurer and understanding the coverage implications. C is inappropriate. While waiting for an adjuster is important. Ms. Davis should still take immediate steps to document the damage. D is incorrect because contacting a contractor without first understanding the claim process could lead to complications in getting reimbursed for repairs. Question 7. Theoretical knowledge. Which of the following principles best illustrates the concept of indemnity in homeowners insurance? A. A homeowner receiving a higher settlement than the actual cost of repairs to maximize profit. B. A policyholder being compensated for the actual cash value of their lost property to restore their financial position. C. An insurer denying a claim based on the insured's failure to disclose prior losses. D. A homeowner selecting a high deductible to reduce their premium costs. Answer B. Explanation. B is correct. The principle of indemnity ensures that an insured party is compensated only to the extent of their loss, restoring them to their financial position prior to the loss without providing profit. It is incorrect because this would violate the principle of indemnity, leading to moral hazard. C is relevant to underwriting and disclosure obligations but does not pertain directly to the concept of indemnity. D involves risk management strategies rather than the indemnity principle. Question 8. Claims process. After submitting a claim for fire damage, Mr. Garcia receives a request from the insurer for additional documentation. Which of the following documents is likely to be most relevant in this situation? A. A recent bank statement. B. An inventory list of personal property lost in the fire. C. A copy of Mr. Garcia's credit report. D. The purchase agreement for his home. Answer B. Explanation. B is correct. To an inventory list detailing the personal property lost in the fire is crucial for the claims process, helping the insurer assess the value of the loss. It is irrelevant to the claim itself, as bank statements do not directly relate to property loss. C is also not pertinent, as a credit report has no bearing on the loss claim. D is important for establishing ownership but is less relevant than a detailed inventory list for assessing the claim. Question 9. State-specific regulations. Under North Dakota law, which of the following is a requirement for homeowners insurance policies? A. Coverage must include full replacement cost for all personal property. B. All policies must provide automatic coverage for home-based businesses without additional premium. C. Homeowners must disclose any prior claims when applying for coverage. D. Policies must cover losses due to pest infestations at no additional cost. Answer C. Explanation. C is correct. Homeowners are typically required to disclose prior claims when applying for insurance, as this information can affect underwriting decisions and premium rates. It is incorrect that while many policies offer replacement cost coverage, it is not universally mandated for all personal property without additional cost. B is incorrect because coverage for home-based businesses usually requires a separate endorsement or policy. D is incorrect. Pest infestations are generally excluded from coverage unless specifically included in the policy. Question 10. Problem-solving skills. Mr. Anderson has received a notice from his insurer that his homeowner's policy will not be renewed due to multiple claims in the past 3 years. What is the most effective strategy for Mr. Anderson to consider? A. File a complaint with the state insurance department regarding the non-renewal. B. Start looking for a new insurer that does not consider prior claims history. C. Review and understand the insurer's claims history requirements and consider risk mitigation strategies. D. Ignore the notice and assume the insurer will automatically renew the policy. Answer. C. Explanation. C is correct. Mr. Anderson should review his insurer's claims history requirements and consider implementing risk mitigation strategies like improving home safety to potentially qualify for renewal with another insurer or address the non-renewal issue. Though it's not the most effective strategy initially, complaints should generally be a last resort after other options are explored. B is feasible, but you should still understand how claims history impacts premiums and coverage with other insurers. D is incorrect. Ignoring the notice could lead to a lapse in coverage, exposing him to risk. Question 11. Fundamental concepts of home insurance. Which of the following accurately reflects the importance of homeowners insurance? A. It is required by law for all homeowners in North Dakota. B. It serves as a financial safety net, protecting against various unexpected risks. C. It guarantees the full replacement cost of the home regardless of the policy limits. D. It primarily protects the lender's interest in the property rather than the homeowner's. Answer. B. Explanation. B is correct. Homeowners insurance acts as a financial safety net for homeowners, protecting them against unexpected risks such as fire, theft, and liability claims. It is incorrect. While homeowners insurance is highly recommended, it is not legally mandated for all homeowners in North Dakota. C is incorrect. A full replacement cost coverage may require additional endorsements and policies of specific limits. D is misleading. While the lender's interest is protected, the primary purpose of homeowners insurance is to protect the homeowner's financial investment. Question 12. Coverage types. Which type of coverage would provide financial assistance for living expenses if a home becomes uninhabitable due to covered loss? A. Dwelling coverage. B. Liability coverage. C. Loss of use coverage. D. Medical payments coverage. Answer. C. Explanation. C is correct. Loss of use coverage provides financial assistance for additional living expenses incurred when a home is uninhabitable due to covered peril such as a fire or severe water damage. It refers to the structure itself and does not cover living expenses. B covers legal liabilities for injuries to others but does not provide for living expenses. D pertains to medical expenses for others injured on the property, not for living expenses. Question 13. Policy exclusions and limitations. In a homeowner's insurance policy, which of the following would most likely be considered a common exclusion? A. Damage from a tree falling on the house during a storm. B. Theft of personal property while traveling. C. Damage due to an earthquake if the policy does not include an earthquake endorsement. D. Vandalism occurring on the insured property. Answer. C. Explanation. C is correct. Damage from an earthquake is typically excluded unless specifically included through an endorsement. Homeowners need to assess their risks and obtain additional coverage if necessary. It is incorrect as falling trees due to storms are usually covered. B is also incorrect. Theft of personal property may be covered, though there could be limitations. D is generally covered under homeowners policies. Question 14. Claims process. What is the primary purpose of the insurance adjuster's role in the claims process? A. To settle claims without any investigation. B. To determine the validity and value of a claim based on evidence and policy coverage. C. To increase the amount of the claim for the policyholder. D. To deny all claims to maintain company profitability. Answer. B. Explanation. B is correct. The primary role of the insurance adjuster is to investigate the claim, assess its validity, and determine the appropriate settlement based on evidence and the terms of the policy. It is incorrect. Adjusters must investigate claims thoroughly. C is misleading. Adjusters aim to provide fair settlements based on the policy. D is false. While profitability is a concern, adjusters are tasked with fair claims handling. Question 15. Underwriting principles. Which factor is least likely to affect the underwriting decision for a homeowner's insurance policy? A. The age and condition of the home. B. The homeowner's credit history. C. The number of claims made in the last 5 years. D. The homeowner's personal interests and hobbies. Answer. D. Explanation. D is correct that while personal interests and hobbies may indirectly affect risk, they are typically not a direct factor in underwriting decisions for homeowners insurance. A, B, and C are all critical factors in the underwriting process as they directly relate to the risk associated with insuring the home. Question 16. Theoretical knowledge. Which principle refers to the insurer's obligation to provide coverage for a loss after a premium has been paid and all conditions of the policy have been met? A. Utmost good faith. B. Indemnity. C. Subrogation. D. Consideration. Answer A. Explanation. Is correct. The principle of utmost good faith requires both parties in the insurance contract to act honestly and transparently. Insurers must provide coverage as agreed upon after premiums are paid. B pertains to compensating losses without profit. C involves the insurer's right to pursue recovery from the third party after paying a claim. D refers to the exchange of value in the insurance contract but does not specifically relate to coverage obligations. Question 17. Critical thinking abilities. In assessing insurance needs, which factors should a homeowner prioritize to accurately evaluate their coverage? A. The average cost of premiums in the neighborhood. B. The value of personal property and replacement costs. C. Recommendations from friends about insurance companies. D. The insurer's marketing and advertising campaigns. Answer B. Explanation. B is correct. The value of personal property and the associated replacement costs are critical for accurately assessing coverage needs. Ensuring adequate protection is less relevant as premiums can vary significantly based on individual risk factors. C may provide anecdotal insight but is not a reliable assessment method. D does not reflect actual coverage needs and can be misleading. Question 18. Problem-solving skills. Mrs. Lee's home has sustained damage due to a covered peril, but she realizes that she has not kept a record of her personal belongings. What is the best course of action for her? A. File the claim anywhere and hope for the best. B. Estimate the value of her belongings from memory. C. Create an inventory of what was damaged based on available receipts and photos. D. Ignore the claim process since documentation is missing. Answer C. Explanation. C is correct. Creating an inventory based on available receipts and photos helps substantiate her claim. This documentation is critical for accurately assessing the loss and facilitating the claims process, as risky filing without documentation may lead to complications or claim denial. B is unreliable. Estimates from memory are often inaccurate. D is unwise, as failing to file may result in a total loss without compensation. Question 19. State-specific regulations. What is a key requirement for homeowners insurance policies in North Dakota? A. Policies must include coverage for all natural disasters without exclusions. B. Insurers are prohibited from denying coverage based on the homeowner's credit score. C. Policies must have a clearly defined coverage limit for personal property. D. Homeowners must purchase additional coverage for home-based businesses by default. Answer C. Explanation. C is correct. North Dakota law requires homeowners insurance policies to have clearly defined coverage limits for personal property. Ensuring policyholders know the extent of their coverage is incorrect. Not all natural disasters are covered and exclusions are common. B is misleading. While credit scores are considered, insurers must comply with regulations regarding their use. D is false. While endorsements are available, they are not mandatory without the homeowner's request. Question 20. Practical applications. If a homeowner wishes to enhance their policy to include coverage for valuable personal items, such as jewelry and collectibles, what should they do? A. Ignore the need for additional coverage as these items are always included. B. Purchase a separate policy for each item to ensure full coverage. C. Request an endorsement to the existing homeowner's policy for scheduled personal property. D. Rely on the existing personal property coverage limits, assuming they are adequate. Answer C. Explanation. C is correct. Homeowners can request an endorsement to their existing policy to specifically cover high-value items, ensuring they are adequately protected. It is incorrect. Valuable items often have limited coverage under standard policies. B is impractical and often unnecessary. A single endorsement can cover multiple items. D is risky, as existing limits may not suffice for high-value items. Question 21. Coverage types. Which type of coverage is designed to protect the insured from financial loss due to damage to structures other than the primary dwelling? A. Other structures coverage. B. Personal property coverage. C. Dwelling coverage. D. Liability coverage. Answer A. Explanation. It is correct. Other structures coverage protects structures such as garages, sheds, or fences on the insured property that are not attached to the primary dwelling. B pertains to the insured's personal belongings rather than structures. C covers the main dwelling itself and does not extend to other structures. D protects against liability claims, not property damage. Question 22. Claims process. When a homeowner files a claim, what is the first step in the claims process that they should take? A. Wait for the insurance company to initiate contact. B. Immediately repair any damage to the property. C. Report the claim to the insurance company as soon as possible. D. Gather evidence from neighbors to support the claim. Answer. C. Explanation. C is correct. Reporting the claim to the insurance company as soon as possible is crucial for starting the claims process and ensuring timely resolution. Is incorrect. Homeowners should take the initiative to report the claim. B is misleading. While some emergency repairs may be necessary, significant repairs should generally wait for an adjuster's assessment. D is beneficial but secondary to reporting the claim. Question 23. Policy exclusions and limitations. Which of the following is typically a special limitation in homeowners' insurance policies? A. Water damage from a burst pipe. B. Coverage for personal property in a storage unit. C. Theft of jewelry exceeding a certain value without additional endorsement. D. Damage from a fire occurring on the property. Answer. C. Explanation. C is correct. Many homeowners' policies impose special limitations on high-value items, such as jewelry, requiring additional endorsements for coverage beyond a specific limit. It is generally covered unless the damage resulted from neglect. B may be covered, but often with restrictions depending on the policy. D is usually covered as it falls under standard perils. Question 24. Underwriting principles. Which factor would most likely lead to a higher premium during the underwriting process? A. A history of timely mortgage payments. B. Residing in a high-crime area. C. The age of the home being less than 10 years. D. Having multiple insurance policies with the same insurer. Answer. B. Explanation. B is correct. Residing in a high-crime area increases risk, likely leading to a higher premium during underwriting. It typically indicates low risk, which may lead to low premiums. C is generally favorable, as newer homes often meet modern safety standards. D may provide discounts for bundling, but does not inherently increase premiums. Question 25. Practical applications. Mr. Thompson has just purchased a home in North Dakota. What is the most crucial first step he should take regarding his homeowner's insurance? A. Choose the lowest premium option available. B. Review and understand the policy's coverage limits and exclusions. C. Immediately file for any claims on prior properties. D. Assume standard coverage is adequate without further evaluation. Answer. B. Explanation. B is correct. Reviewing and understanding the policy's coverage limits and exclusions ensures Mr. Thompson is adequately protected and aware of any gaps in coverage. It can lead to insufficient coverage as the lowest premium does not guarantee adequate protection. C is irrelevant as claims should pertain to current coverage. D is risky. Standard coverage may not meet specific needs. Question 26. Emerging trends and issues. How has climate change most significantly impacted homeowners' insurance policies in recent years? A. Decreased premiums due to less severe weather. B. Increased underwriting requirements for properties in high-risk areas. C. Mandatory inclusion of coverage for all types of natural disasters. D. Elimination of flood coverages. A standard policy exclusion. Answer. B. Explanation. B is correct. Climate change has led to increased underwriting requirements for properties in high-risk areas, impacting the assessment of risk and premiums. Is incorrect. Premiums have generally increased due to rising risks. C is misleading. Not all natural disasters are covered without specific endorsements. D is false. A flood coverage remains an exclusion unless specifically added. Question 27. Critical thinking abilities. If a homeowner in North Dakota experiences a loss due to covered peril but fails to maintain documentation of their possessions, what strategy could help in the claims process? A. Rely on verbal accounts of the loss from friends. B. Create a detailed inventory using any available receipts and photographs. C. Wait until the adjuster requests documentation before preparing anything. D. Assume the insurer will cover the loss regardless of documentation. Answer. B. Explanation. B is correct. Creating a detailed inventory using receipts and photographs helps substantiate the claim and demonstrates the value of lost items. It is unreliable and may not be accepted as evidence. C delays the claims process. A proactive documentation is essential. D is false. Insurers require documentation to process claims. Question 28. Theoretical knowledge. Which concept refers to the principle that insurance is intended to restore the insured to their pre-loss financial position? A. Indemnity. B. Subrogation. C. Utmost good faith. D. Risk management. Answer A. Explanation is correct. The principle of indemnity ensures that insurance compensates the insured for losses, restoring them to their pre-loss financial position without profiting from the event. B. Involves the insurer's right to recover costs after paying a claim. C. Refers to the ethical duty of both parties in the insurance contract. D. Is the process of identifying and managing risks rather than a principle of compensation. Question 29. Scenario-based question. Mrs. Patel's home was recently damaged due to severe hailstorms. After contacting her insurance company, she learns that her policy includes a $1,000 deductible for hail damage. What should Mrs. Patel do next to ensure she maximizes her claim? A. Repair the damage herself to avoid paying the deductible. B. Document all damage thoroughly and gather estimates for repairs. C. Wait for the insurance adjuster to come and do nothing in the meantime. D. Immediately file a lawsuit against the insurance company for underpayment. Answer B. Explanation. B is correct. Documenting all damage and gathering repair estimates is crucial for substantiating a claim and ensuring an accurate assessment by the insurance adjuster is risky making repairs. Before the adjuster assesses the damage could lead to complications in the claim. C is not proactive as she should begin documenting and preparing for the adjuster's visit. D is premature. Legal action is typically a last resort after the claims process. Question 30. Resources and tools. Which resource is most beneficial for a homeowner seeking to compare insurance policies and coverage options? A. Personal recommendations from family and friends. B. Online policy comparison tools and insurance marketplaces. C. Insurance advertisements in local newspapers. D. Opinions from real estate agents. Answer B. Explanation. B is correct. Online policy comparison tools and insurance marketplaces provide objective information and enable homeowners to evaluate various coverage options effectively. It can be useful but may not provide comprehensive comparisons. C often presents biased information and may not include all available options. D may offer insights into local markets but lacks specificity regarding policy details.